Hi everyone, it's really nice to see you all again. Today, we would like to discuss a little bit about the introductions to literary analysis. Reading is a way to explore the world and to have fun. Sometimes we read books just for enjoyment. We laugh, we cry, and get excited as our favorite characters go on adventures or fall in love. Other times when reading, it's important also to think about what you are reading to. Like why an author wrote something in a certain way or how different parts of the story fit together. To do this, there are special tools called literary analysis that can help us to understand literature better. Literary analysis has been around since people started studying religious texts hundreds of years ago because they wanted to figure out their meaning beyond just words on paper. Over time, scholars began analyzing all kinds of writing from ancient Greek stories by Homer, for example, 8th century BCE, Virgil Aeneid in 19 BCE, etc. Using things like history, translation, and comparisons between different versions written down over time. And eventually English writers got involved too, with the authors creating lists known as the literary canon, which includes works recognized for being influential, interesting, or having exemplary qualities. Whether someone reads novels for pleasures at home, alone, or studies them formally in schools, everyone benefits from looking closely at great literature. So don't forget your critical eye next time you pick up your book. Now, the literary canon is identified as a collection of books and authors which are considered to be the most important or influential. Samuel Johnson, for example, was one of the first people who tried to create these types of lists. But since then, it has changed over time as different writers from all backgrounds have become more accepted in literature. In recent years, there has been an effort by many scholars and also critics to make sure that everyone's voice can be heard, and especially when deciding what should go into the canon. Especially those voices belong traditionally marginalized groups such as women and racial minorities. And this means that looking are not just how well written something is, but also taking into account other factors like gender or race. The literary canon is a collection of books that people think that they are the most important and special, and includes different kinds of stories, poems, plays, and other types of literature from certain time of periods or centuries. And people have argued about which books should be in for many years because some of them believe that only certain types, like white men, can write great works, while others disagree with this idea and so on. Now, to make sure everyone has a chance to read books, to read good books, regardless of who wrote them, there are now more diverse authors included into the canon, like female writers or those from different cultures all over the world, such as Africa as well as in Asia. With these changes of scholars, then scholars know what types of book they need to study when teaching classes at schools. So students will learn something new every day. The canon also serves an important purpose by reminding us how today's work was influenced by earlier writings. If we don't recognize where our ideas come from, then we won't understand why things were done indifferent before us. But ultimately, it's up to each individual readers to decide which texts deserve their attention most. The canon is a collection of accepted interpretations and evaluations of different types of literature. It's like having a starting point when discussing the books that matters to us. Now, regardless of if they are in the canon or not, uh, then the canonical texts can be changed over time. Yeah, as society's values, interests also shift. For example, like being John Misfield, who was once influenced but now isn't so much due to the changes in what people value. Another example is Hilda Doolittle, yeah, or HD, which is very popular, whose influence waxed with feminist critics seeing her writing as an important for balancing out male-dominated modernist history. Also, Robert Duncan publishing his book about his work, which sparked interest among new generations, plus Norman Maule's Persons, who is collecting manuscript, making them easier to publish and study, leading more people attending by adding it into their reading lists before it becoming part of the canon herself too. We also learned that F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel with the title The Great Gatsby, yeah, also made its way from obscurity onto many secondary schools curriculums. Thanks partly because of the World War II soldiers read it while away from home and is fueling economy nostalgia during the hard times during the war. Yeah. So you see how fluidly things move within it. To understand better, readers should know major categories such as genre, regional literatures, etc., and explore exemplary works therein whilst keeping open-mindedness toward changes occurring all around. That's all for today. Thank you very much, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.